We're live! I've been practicing saying Bacillus subtilis because that's what today's all about.
Okay.
So we thought today was going to be about making these little cute little fruit jellies and gelatin and making little candies and things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so gorgeous out that I would have had to have started last night, and it just seemed a lot more delectable to crack open a cold beer and go for a walk around the property with boyfriend Rob. And so that kind of kiboshed today. So because of boyfriend Rob, though, we have something else to do. So this week, had some fun and smoked a pork butt, double T.
A Boston butt, yes.
A Boston butt. And so while we were out there and I saw all this beautiful smoke, I thought, oh my gosh, in the freezer was this steelhead trout rather.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, why don't we defrost that and quickly smoke it? But as I looked more into it, it was just so much more fun and a lot more steps, a lot more processes than what I had done before. And I thought, let's just do that quickly. So this is the result of that. So, okay, so basically what we did is defrosted it just nice and low and slow. Okay, so on the countertop instead of in the fridge. But anyway, so it only took about 2 hours for it to defrost.
Yeah.
And then you put it, so what we did is put it in a dry brine. So it was 1 part brown sugar with 1 part coarse salt. And you have to use kosher salt because like the iodized salt will just influence the flavors of the fish too much. So just kosher salt, and there's like a rock format. Crush that all up together. It's about half a cup and half a cup is what I use for 2 big fillets. And put that in the tray upside down, so it just leached out a lot of the moisture out of the trout, just to probably concentrate the flavors, I guess, and probably a little bit of curing it as well. So, and then rinse that off, dried it, and then you put it back in the fridge to get the pellicule. And the pellicule, I'd never heard of this process before. The pellicule, yeah. And so basically when it goes into, sorry, the cutest cat on the planet is meowing in the background, and it's just too cute to not giggle at.
Because he knows there's fish on the menu.
He knows there's fish on the menu. So you put the fish, or actually anything that you want to smoke, you want to get this bacterial culture on the outside of it. So it's a biofilm that's multicellular, structured multicellular communities of bacteria that form through a developmental process. It's an undomesticated strain of Bacillus subtilis. And, as a winemaker that uses Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Luganostock enos, when you use words like this, you kind of get excited. Yeah. So this Bacillus is making like this slimy layer on the outside. So when you put something in the fridge, it takes between 2 and 4 hours. It has to be cool, and it has to be ventilated some type of movement to it as well. So a fridge is fine. And this slime layer forms on the outside, and you want that.
Oh.
I know. And so that sticky layer, when you put it in your smoking environment, is what the smoke is going to stick to help give it more smoky flavor.
Oh.
I know, it's a whole new thing. It's a distinct macroscopic architecture to the outside of it. And that's what you get by looking up things on Wikipedia. Anyway, so 2 to 4 hours in the fridge to get this slimy layer, and then onto the smoker it went. So it's like one of those big green eggs. We just left it at like 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like really super, super cool, and put it in there. It's like, well, now it depends on how dry you want it to go. If you wanted to eat it soon, you'd only put it on for about an hour and eat it warm. But if you want to keep it longer, hold it longer, it'll get more and more dried out. It'll get more and more, smoky flavor, more flavor, and you're gonna lose some of that moisture. And then it'll hold in the fridge for up to a week. And you can go, if you're doing like salmon, and even put like a candy layer on it with some brown sugar and maple syrup and stuff like that. It'll hold even longer. Or ice wine. So we'll do that another time.
Oh yeah.
So this was about 2 hours, and so let's just kind of take a look at it, and then we'll pair it with some wine. So like I've got 2 forks in here. I'm putting quite a bit of force behind it. You see how dry it is, and I think at this point, so it's a day and a half now that it's been dried for. So and so we just took it off, put it right into the fridge, and the next day cut it into formats suitable for friends to share with friends because it was 2 big fillets. Oh, one of the things that I did too. After I finished the curing process and rinsing and drying it down, I actually went through and cut some of the the flabby like stomach layer
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that fatty part. So you got around to just the pure loin there. So, okay, so we're gonna get to that in 2 seconds. We're going to enjoy it and we're also enjoying VQA wine today, especially today of all days because it's hashtag Open Local Wine Day. And so this is the new release. It's a 2020 Pinot Grigio, just so delicious. And I picked this wine because the elegance of the fish with white wine, I think that almost always works well together.
Yeah.
And then Pinot Grigio has like this smoky, spicy note to it that the bit of smokiness that you get from the wine would pair nicely with the smokiness from the fish because they're both of them not overly smoky. So you're kind of linking up with some parallels there. So, and then with this one, the reason why we bottled it so early because it's beautiful apple juice and pear juice notes to it. It's just so juicy. Like you want to like bite into a pear, that really ripe, juicy pear. And those are the aromas I get on the notes. Just a little bit of lime leaf in the background too. And just a tiniest little bit of a mineral note, which you don't often see in Pinot Grigios, but you certainly get it here. So,
All estate grown fruit.
Oh, and that smoke and the spice that comes through on the palate. And that's not from oaking, putting the wine into oak. That's just naturally there. And the really bright, fresh apple and pear notes too. Yeah, it's a paradox, a paradox. I think I used that before. Anyway, so let's pair it with this. So if I was going to serve this, I'd have like another couple other things out too. Maybe like a really like thin mayonnaise type thing with some mustard in it, or sour cream with like jazzed up with some lime, or you know what's so great too is like a wasabi mayo type thing would be fantastic.
Or horseradish.
Horseradish. Oh, like a horseradish mayo type thing.
Yeah.
So put that down first. But here, because I really just want to focus on the flavor of the trout. And plus, this is just perfect the way it is. It doesn't even need anything more. Okay, let's do that. Bring it over. Excuse me for a second. The flavors. This beautiful trout is really just so crisp. I'm glad we didn't use any other flavors in the brining technique or in like a syrup on top as we cured it as well, just to really focus on that flavor. Because the smokiness that we use, like that smoky complexity is just so warm. Rob, do you remember what kind of, like it's just charcoal that you use, right? As on the
hardwood lump.
It's a hardwood lump charcoal.
I think I put some pecan chunks in there too.
Oh, pecan chunks.
Yeah.
Wow, how exotic. Wow, darling. Yes, I get a little soupçon of pecan smoke in the back of the trout. So, there's a nice light smokiness and is not overbearing. And we could have gone longer and dried it even more type thing and get more smoke. Mind you, that was only in the fridge for 3 hours, getting the pellicule on the outside from the Bacillus subtilis. So, but it could have gone longer with that, up to 6 hours, and got even more of that slimy layer on it, and that would have stuck more of that smoky flavor. So it's up to you. So anyway, so cheers for that. Yummo. To celebrate Open Local Days, the last day to purchase this foursome for $80. They're all 2018 wines. You have the Viognier Chardonnay. Wait, with the what's this one?
Louis.
Oh, that's the Louis. Okay, the Louis Pinot Grigio. This is a pre-release of the 2018, and then all the others are 2018s as well. The Roberts Block Riesling, the Elisha Chardonnay, the Mabel's VCR, and so basically you're almost saving close to $30 on the four wines rather. So buy three, get the fourth one free, almost. So, and that's a deal that's going to end today in celebration of Open Local Wine Day. So what you do is you open some local wine tonight. You have a dinner where you're focusing on local food. If you don't want to do that, get something from a local restaurant and put it online. Put a little photo of you folks enjoying dinner, enjoying your wines and your local cuisine to go with it, and put hashtag Open Local Wine. And what's fun about this, the coolest, funnest video that you can put out there. So Joe Pillitary, who's one of those superstars from Niagara here, he has purchased some wines from local wineries. And when you put that hashtag there and post it on Restaurants of Niagara or the Wineries of Niagara Facebook page, He's going to, at random, pick the coolest one that, in his opinion, and they win that case of wine. So,
Woohoo!
too cool, eh? So, in my case, just buy some wine to open and drink it. That's all we're going to do. So, anyway, so cheers, everyone. Enjoy some local wine and have fun with your cuisine tonight. Cheers.